Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video on Carter's Corner. This is my brand new second channel. If you are not yet subscribed, please hit that red subscribe button. I have a lot of fun, exciting things planned. My plan moving forward on this channel is to alternate videos between a Carter video and then a tutorial style video led by me, like this one today. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys how I taught Carter the alphabet. And as a disclaimer, I am not a child educator. These are just the things that worked for me. And I wanted to start with the alphabet because for Carter, this is one of the more difficult things I have taught him so far for a number of different reasons. So I have a lot of different strategies. So a couple of things I want to say first, just about child learning in general. The first is it's very important with the timing of when you try to teach your child anything. I always like to do it when Carter is in a good mood, he's fresh. So in the morning after he's had his breakfast or after his afternoon nap are the prime times for learning. And I limit any learning session to about 10 to 15 minutes. Children, especially at a young age, have a very short attention span, so I keep it short, fun, and then we move on to doing other things. Now, the first thing I did to get Carter familiar with letters was a book that we started reading at a pretty young age, maybe between 8 to 10 months, and this is my favorite letter book. I've looked at and I own several, but this is my favorite one. What I like about this book is it has the uppercase and the lowercase letter, and then it has the word association. And we just kind of would casually read this for him at a young age, just so he was familiar with the letters. I wasn't necessarily trying to teach him, it was just so he could see them on a regular basis. I didn't start actually trying to teach Carter his letters till he was about 15 to 16 months old. And the primary way that I taught him his letters was through using letter cards. And I've chosen to first do uppercase letters and then later do lowercase letters. So what I did is I would pick 3 letters a day to focus on. I would lay them out and I would first show him what each letter was. Then I would lay the cards out and say, okay, where's R? And then see if he could find the R. And it would take, several times of practicing, and eventually he would be able to identify these 3 letters. And sometimes he could learn it in one day, sometimes it would take a couple days, but once I felt like he had a grasp on the 3 letters, we would move on to 3 more. Look, O, T, D. Where's the D? Yes, there's the D. Where's the O?
I deleted it.
Oh, there it is. Oh. And then I would build on that knowledge and make sure he was continuing to practice the letters he already knew so he wouldn't forget. So for example, let's say he already knew these 3 letters and the next day we did 3 more. What I would do is I would put these 3 new ones and then 1 of the old ones. And so that way he would still get to see and practice the letters he already knew, but I would never put down more than 4 letters at a time for him trying to practice. One thing I would say is when picking your 3 letters a day, I would try to stay away from letters that look too close to each other to learn on the same day. So for example, M and N look very similar to each other, E and F. I didn't necessarily go in alphabetical order. I would just pick 3 random ones to do a day, making sure they didn't look too similar. So that was the main method I did with him. But where the challenge arose with letters is that for Carter, this was not as fun and exciting and enjoyable for him to practice with once he already learned them. He wasn't that interested in doing it. And I think it's because letters aren't as fun and visually interesting as maybe, shapes and colors and things like that. These are kind of just lines written on a paper, not that exciting. So that's where the challenge came into play, how to encourage him to practice his letters a little bit every day so he wouldn't just forget all of them. And the first and probably most effective method of getting him to practice his letters was this guy here. This is a Leapfrog Learning Letter Laptop. You open it up, it has all of the letters, there's a little screen, it is very basic. I believe this was around $20, maybe less. There's multiple modes on here, and there's 2 modes that were the most effective for him learning and practicing letters. So the first is the ABC mode. They can just press any letter, so we'll say A. So it will say the letter and then show an animal with that letter. But the most fun one that Carter is obsessed with is the games. And it's a letter game where it shows part of the picture of an animal, and then you have to say what letter that animal is associated with. And to this day, this is something he loves to play with. It's a really fun game, and it's a great way to not just learn the letters, but make the letter associations with animals. The next method for practicing letters I think is pretty creative. Also very effective, It is playing Pictionary. I don't know what made me think to start doing this, but Carter loves to play Pictionary. And what I do is I will sneak in letters as we're playing. So when we're on the go, I use this thing, which is kind of like a little Etch-a-Sketch easel. We also have a dry erase whiteboard that we do this with. So first we'll just start playing Pictionary. I may draw something like this, a cat, a truck, a ball, a sun, something really basic that he'll guess. The next round, I'll throw a letter in there and then he'll say K. So he doesn't even realize that we're practicing letters as we're playing Pictionary, because for him, this is a really fun game. Carter, what's this?
Kitty cat.
Carter, no, what's this?
Sun.
Sun, yep.
Big cow.
Okay, what's this?
W.
Next are some games that I made up using foam letters. These you can pick up at Target. I believe you can also get them on Amazon. They're really cheap, like $5 for a pack. And there's a couple different things I do with this. First is I will hide these in the couch and we'll play a game of find the letters. And then every time he finds a letter, we identify what letter it is.
U and the under.
You found the U.
I.
You found the I. I also have a clear plastic bin that I got from Target. I put the letters at the bottom of it and then I covered it with sand. I also put some other fun things in there like trucks, little Sesame Street figurines, and then I covered it with sand, and then we find the buried treasure. So he digs through the sandbox and then every once in a while he'll pull a letter, and when he finds the letter, we will identify what it is. Again, it's kind of making it more like a fun game. I also have a second set of these that I keep in the bathtub, and we have the bubbles going in the tub. The letters are floating and hiding in the bubbles, and we'll find them. Sometimes we'll even make words. They stick to the side of the tub. And the last thing I do to help reinforce and practice his letters is an app. And I'm not that big on toddler apps and games. I don't find many of them to be genuinely educational, but there are a couple really good learning apps. And there's one that I love for the letters. So the app is called ABC Alphabet, and it's almost exactly like the method that I used to originally teach him the letters, except it's on an app on the iPad, so he finds it a lot more entertaining and stimulating and fun for him. So you go to play, and it will say touch the N, and it will start with just one letter. Then it will show two letters, and it says touch the S. So they have to find the S amongst the two letters. I currently have it set up with up to 4 letters, so it will start with 1, and then 2 letters, and then 3, and then up to 4 letters, and then he has to find the letter that is indicated amongst those letters.
Touch the U. Sweet. Touch the F. Super. Touch the X. Awesome. Touch the Y. Hooray. Touch the J. You did it. Touch the I. Hooray. Touch the I. Sweet. Touch the D. That's it.
So this is a great way for him to continue to practice the alphabet while also having fun and enjoying himself. Because of all of these different creative methods that I do with him, he is a whiz at all of his uppercase letters. So now we are applying all of those same techniques to starting to learn the lowercase letter. So those are the main things that I did with Carter to help him learn his alphabet. I hope you found this interesting and maybe got some new ideas. I will link any of the products I can find on Amazon down in the description box below, so check there. If you have any other questions, leave it down in the comments. And let me know your requests for future videos. What are the topics you'd like to see me cover? Also, because Christmas is coming up, let me know if you'd be interested in seeing me do maybe a Christmas toy guide for kids at different ages. You know, I have so many ideas and I'm so excited to finally be doing this channel. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it so that I know. I'm still deciding what content goes on here, so your feedback is really important and helps shaping the future of this channel. So with all that said, thank you as always so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you soon with a new video. That's going to be another Carter video coming up soon. I already filmed it and it is just too cute for words. So I will see you guys soon. Bye.